is up everyone, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog here, and I'm back for some more yet again for the likes of the Muxy Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance. So last time we have basically pretty much gone for a flawless victory in terms of the forms of the regular Mushroom Cup in the game, and today we're about to be continuing things on in the forms of the entire Grand Prix mode, and except this time around, let's go ahead and just pick one of those heavyweight characters to begin with. First of all, let's go ahead and select Bowser for the sake of this video, and because of that, today for this episode is the fact that we're going to be showing you guys one of the extra cups, starting with Extra Mushroom Cup, which actually contains Mario Circuit 1, Donut Plains 1, and especially noticeable for Ghost Valley 1, and Bowser Castle 1. I wonder what those tracks are originated from. Oh, that's right. Those tracks does make a return from the likes of Super Mario Kart, because if you think that Mario Kart DS able to actually introduce into those retro tracks, well, it turns out it was false, because it was actually this game that actually decided to go ahead and introduce to retro flashback tracks from the past, which even then, it does feel pretty cool. Especially back in the 2001 year, that they did manage to able to improve the visuals or anything else for that besides. However, there's one little thing that we'll probably discuss more about it until later, because from now on, we're going to be racing on to Mario Circuit 1, in this case, the first track in the forms of an Extra Mushroom Cup, or as I like to call it, the first track on the forms of in, well, Super Mario Kart basically. So either way though, yeah, it looks pretty cool, and it's self-explanatory if you manage to get the hang of this though, and especially noticeable because of how the fact that, as you can tell from the actual background, is actually inspired by Peach Circuit, because even then though, because this is on Mario Kart Super Circuit, so at least even then though, we can expect this much. So, yeah, I forgot to mention something that's worth noting for, is the fact that, well, with those extra cups, specifically Extra Mushroom Cup and all the other extra cups in mind, those were unlockable cups, by the way, which in order to be able to actually unlock those is the fact that you need to be able to beat all 5 Super Circuit Cups first, mainly with Mushroom Cup all the way up to Special Cup first, and able to achieve first place, by the way. And once you're done with all that stuff, you can able to replay those cups again, except we need to collect about 100 coins in total. It doesn't matter how much coins you're going to be getting for each track, but to be more accurately though, you need to collect 100 coins in the actual cup itself. So even then I just want to classify that, and I think that particular process can get a little bit tedious at times, I will admit though right away, because sometimes controls just sometimes mess you up at points, especially when you're trying to like drift or anything like that. But when you get the hang of it though, you should be able to be okay enough as long as you're able to actually accomplish that task. So either way though, excuse me, I really do sorry about the actual belching for this point guys, I really am, because you know, still eating some chili dogs every now and then. Oh, wait a minute, because of how the fact that, well, usually relatively speaking, I just ate too much of it. So, I do apologize for that, folks, but anyway. Oh, by the way, we actually come across into Donut Plains 1, by the way, which, again, heavily borrowed from Super Mario Kart, which, if for those of you who watched our Let's Play of Super Mario Kart, by the way, you should probably check it out. So even then, you're most likely familiar with the actual locations of some of the tracks, or in this case, all 20 tracks in Journey Forms Event Super Mario Kart as well. So either way though, actually, kind of thing about it is the fact that combined with all 20 of those tracks based off from Super Mario Kart, as well as the majority of the Super Circuit tracks, which are also all 20 of them, combined with those 2 tracks altogether, this makes a grand total of 40 tracks in total. So that's pretty big though, especially noticeable that that was before when, you know, when Mario Kart 8 was a thing on, well, let's just say on the Wii U, along with the DLC stuff, but it wasn't until in the actual Nintendo Switch port of Mario Kart 8, known as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that simply managed to able to give us an accessibility to 48 tracks in total. So even then though, that's That's the second biggest selections of tracks that we've ever come across into in a Mario Kart game, which even then though, it looks very impressive though. So anyways, as you can see, we're now able to actually drive around on Ghost Valley 1. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Ghost Valley tracks in the forms of, not only for the sake of the forms of Super Circuit version, but in the forms of in the original Super Mario Kart either, because there are a few times I just keep on messing things up, and especially noticeable whenever we get onto Ghost Valley 3 at some point or another, which, oh boy, I'm really not looking forward to that, to be honest here. But either way though, let's not get ahead of ourselves at this point. Now, for those of you probably wondering that this is going to be the shortest video of the whole entire Let's Play of this, well, simply put, is the fact that Extra Mushroom Cup was actually super short. Like, literally super short. Like, you see that we already did manage to race into you know, Mario Circuit 1 within a quicker time, alongside with Donut Plains 1, and same applies to Ghost Valley 1, by the way. But whenever we get onto Bowser Castle 1, specifically on Super Mario Kart version, not the Super Circuit version, then basically we can able to expect how quick some of these races can usually just be over with. But hopefully until whenever we get onto the future cups on the other hand though, specifically, you know, the extra cups as well as, you know, the Super Circuit ones, then we can expect to make the actual video's length get slightly longer. So either way, the final track in Extra Mushroom Cup, by the way, it was actually by the forms of Bowser Castle 1. Self-explanatory, and you shouldn't have no problems with it whatsoever. There's one thing you might actually notice something, for those of you who've ever watched our Let's Play of Super Mario Kart back in at the beginning of 2020, you do realize is the fact that there aren't any farms around here. Well, that's clearly because of how the fact that I'm presuming that what makes this version so easier than the forms of how it does in the original counterpart, but that specific tracks originated from. So even then though, that's kind of weird, honestly, to able to have no hazards, like no thwomps to be seen around here. Oh yeah, and by the way, there's one thing I need to mention something, is the fact that if those of you missed out on discussions with the forms of Mario Kart Tour from the past, well, basically, both Mario Circuit 1 and Donut Plains 1, and even especially noticeable with Ghost Valley 1, those tracks will make its return during the forms of well, you know, in Mario Kart Tour. And then as far as Mario Circuit 1 and Donut Plains 1, they are able to bring a comeback on Mario Kart DS specifically, so... And unfortunately, I've accidentally fell off to the actual wall over there, which that's kind of a big mistake. But apart from those aside things though, yeah, we did pretty much dominate it for the most part though, so kudos to that. But then again, as I said this before already, this is going to be one of the shortest videos of the bunch, just because, then again, we simply managed able to breathe for those specific tracks like no sweat. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it when it comes to Extra Mushroom Cup. And, I suppose we should probably end things off at this point just about right now, so either way though, yeah, join me next time on Let's Play Mario Kart Super Circuit. Is the fact that we might as well hit back onto the forms of the actual Mario Kart Super Circuit selections of cups, which next time we're going to be hit on to is the Flower Cup and Extra Flower Cup on the entire next weekend. So, yeah, see you guys on next Saturday. Later, fellas.